Father Lawrence, Santinis, we want to thank again the ΠΣΕΚΑ for being here to cover this dark anniversary of the illegal, brutal Turkish invasion of Cyprus. Let me begin first of all by saying that a big thank you to all of you for taking the time on a Sunday, on a time when you can go someplace else, and many of you wanted to go to the beach or whatever, but you're here. And you're here because we cannot forget that 51 years ago, Turkey, utilizing American-made arms, invaded illegally, and until today occupies 36% of the island. We are American citizens, and we have an obligation to make sure that we continue this fight. We have an obligation to make sure that the principles and ideals that we believe in this country come true for Cyprus. And we have a serious problem. Obviously, Turkey, a country of 85 million, somehow is always, whether Republicans or Democrats, they get their way. Now they're trying to get the F-35 airplanes, and we are fighting to stop it. We are trying to extend Cyprus to have a free hand in armaments. We are trying to educate the United States Congress. And Nicole Mavrotakis has been very helpful, plus the other 6 members of Greek American descent of the United States Congress. This past week, we had the legislation and the resolutions on the embargo of Cyprus to be extended to 5 years. We are working to stop the F-35s to make sure, because this is the law, for Turkey not to be able to buy the planes. And we are working, of course, on enforcing and implementing the UN resolution on Famagusta, Varosia, for the legal residents and legal inhabitants of Famagusta and Varosia to go back to their homes. So this is what we're working on. I just want to say to all of you, and I'm going to give the ambassador and everyone else to say, that Cyprus, some people say to me, "Βαρεθήκαμε να δούμε τα δική του." And I want to tell you one thing. This is not about Cyprus. This is about Hellenism. This is the last line of defense. What Turkey wants the Aegean. He wants to build the Ottoman Empire. Η γαλάζια θάλασσα που μιλάει ο κύριος Ερντογάν, we are talking about half of Greece. That is what they are talking about. If Turkey wanted to really be a friend of Greece, why are they not opening the school of Turkey? It's a religious school, but for 50 years they have not opened it. Why did they turn Hagia Sophia into a mosque? These are the steps of the country, and I hope the Greek government and the Cyprus government actually realize who we are dealing with. Making technical committees for youth and culture and environment in Cyprus is not going to help. What's going to help is step by step, and Turkey has to realize that both Greece and Cyprus will stand up for their rights. This is what we are talking about. So with those few words, I just want to say to you that today, μνημονεύσαμε τους ήρωες, including Greek soldiers that gave up their lives in Greece. And those people like Evagora Baku, who came from Lapidos, and he died with the dream of going back to Lapidos. And my parents, who died with the dream of going back to Kyrgyzstan. This is what it's all about. This is the last defense. We, as Greek Americans, American citizens, and in this administration, which is a transactional administration, Trump moves based on transactions. And we have to really move the Cyprus problem and the Greek issue based on transactions. Forget about justice and what has happened. This administration looks at things from a political trade thing. You see what's going on in Saudi Arabia, you see what's going on in Dubai. These are all transactions. And this is what we have to do. So with those few words, I want to thank you once again for taking the time to be here, for giving up to be with us on this dark anniversary. to mention that there's a similar event in New Jersey that's being done. In Atlanta, in Philadelphia, in San Francisco, the Archbishop sent a letter to all the churches, and we are working on go with this event. I want to thank all the members of the chapters that are here. Φίλιπ Κρίστοφερ, thank you for the participants of Staten Island. I saw Sally Astro, the president of the Women's Division. Lula Joano, thank you so much. All the members of the press that are here. My friend Dimitri Tsakas and Andreas Joano, and of course, Cosmos FM, I saw the Dimitri Studios, and the German is here, Mr. Takis. So with those few words, let me first bring the ambassador of Cyprus.
Maybe the...
Your Grace, you want to be first?
I spoke to the...
O próximo será, brothers?
Yeah.